Welcome to another episode of Around the Lumberyard. We're here with Liam Sample, of course, Chris Mickelsen, and Lumber Kings assistant coach Tyler Monkman. We'll start with you, Coach. You guys come off of a 5-day, 3-game road trip. Obviously, some of the circumstances were not controllable, but talk to me about the road trip and what it was like seeing another part of the country.
It was good. I'd say I'd give it 2.5 games, but with whatever perspective you want to look at it. But it's good. I mean, it gives you an idea of kind of where we are as far as being fortunate of the Lumber Kings, that perspective on the rest of the league.
Yeah, I think that was one of the coolest parts about the road trip for me. We're just seeing different places and seeing different stadiums, and you're absolutely right. You know, you learn a lot. You learn a lot of stuff about the other organizations in the league, and it's a lot of fun. Definitely being here at Clinton, that's for sure. Good. So today begins a 7-game, 6-day homestand for you guys with 2 weeks left in the regular season. So, Chris, I'm going to talk to you first because I think your perspective is really valuable. You're the only one in this room who's been part of a Clinton playoff push, both last year, of course, all the years. So talk to me, like, it's been cool for me, but kind of what it's like coming down to the stretch and having to play some important games.
As we get closer, this place is going to start just more. You'll see a little bit here, more people here, there. They're going to show up. They're going to show out because that's what this town does. They just show up for this team, and it gets very loud here, especially playoff game last year against Burlington here. It was so loud in here, even though there was things going on outside the ballpark. Right behind the fence, I believe there was a Finally Fridays going on, but it was still so loud here. Yeah, music in the backdrop, it was just a great atmosphere. I know this they're ready for a playoff push because we want to host more games here. Nothing's guaranteed, obviously, but we would love to have more games here, and it'd be just exciting. I just love it. I love playoff baseball. Who doesn't love playoff baseball? It's the most exciting time of the year.
Have you had, like, I know what you're going to say, Monk, but you're going to say, oh, I take it one day at a time. But as something you've thought about or something you guys have talked about at coaching staff, it's like, okay, like we've got to be on our A game these next 2 weeks because, everyone's sort of out to get us right now. Is that some of a perspective that you've had, something you guys have talked about?
Yeah, I don't know. I just knowing just how the organization is perceived throughout the rest of the league, I think we're always a target, just from the reputation that they bring year in, year out. So is it any different? Not really, I don't think. Maybe for the guys, I don't think so, but they've done pretty good at also staying locked in. We're back home. We know we have a lot of games here. We're getting a little bit more juice. We get some guys back off of extended breaks. So I think we're playing a really good line of being balanced, being fresh, not overusing guys, and playing this final, home stretch to our advantage.
A lot of home cooking.
Yeah. Okay, 7 games, 6 days. Right?
7 games, 6 days. Yeah.
A lot of divisional opponents, because mostly, right, except for one game, I think. We all division.
We have 4 guys though that were just off for that need, that are high use positions, as far as center field and Aubrey, it's the all-star break is getting 4 guys to hot and little break, getting those guys nice. So them having a nice break, getting them back at the right time, get home push.
Yeah, I know one of our fan favorites, some guys we talked to a lot, Jalen Ziegler, and he stopped by my desk today and we were talking for a while. My first question was, is your body right? He was like, 100%. And he's like, I really needed the few days off, and now here we are back. So that's the purpose of, or I guess that's the good part about being in a playoff push, is strategically trying to give guys time off. It's sort of a privilege to be in that position, and yeah, it was exciting to hear him talk the way he was. He was really excited, and everyone seems to be bought in, Monk.
Yeah, Burke's done a really good job as far as juggling that part in the lineup, not overusing guys. And even our guys that have the 100-plus ABs, they're barely over that, or they're in positions where you can DH them or, kind of put them in a corner. But those guys that are in the middle consistently, like JC, just keeping their legs fresh, it's huge.
Yeah, you just hope that
good job.
The time off doesn't, Russ builds it. I don't think it will myself, but
you'll need a couple games.
You always just hope that it's always a fear as a fan of baseball just to see the guy that day off. So like the MLB All-Star game, for example, guys get hot right before the break, all of a sudden, you got 4 days off. So now you have to cool off again before you can try to get hot again.
Yeah, it'll take a little bit. Go in few ABs to get the timing back.
All it takes is one, right?
I think what's been exciting for me is it is so hard to retain pitching down the stretch of a summer ball season, and rightfully so. I mean, a lot of schools shut down guys, which I understand, and they call guys back early, which you also understand. But Burke has done a fantastic job of just weathering the storm in terms of guys leaving, and it seems like he has a very good idea of what he wants his pitching staff to look like for these final 2 weeks and potentially into the playoffs. So that's what makes me really excited about this team is we've retained a lot of pitchers, which is very unique, very, very unique.
And we also had, like, every other team's going through this too. It's hard to kind of put that into perspective just because we're so close to the Lumber Kings, so we don't really focus too much on outside noise, but being so close, it's like, oh, we're the only one. You just feel personal, like, oh, we lost this guy, and this guy. But other teams around the league are doing the exact same thing. It was a key piece that at the wrong times, unfortunately. So,
yeah, he's been in the league long enough to know that's how it goes. So just having the right pitchers that are close enough to the Midwest that can hang around a little bit longer, that don't have to record or go as far. A couple position guys are going to be doing that, but pitching and defense is going to be the difference on this push. So we're able to retain that part of it.
Recruiting from the Davenport area is a lethal weapon, Monkman. You know that.
Yeah, Davenport even more towards Central Iowa.
Yeah,
they got some J-Mar has some ties, so they've done a good job of keeping the pipeline of like, oh crap, we need a pitcher, and they still get another guy. So it's great.
Yeah, it's definitely exciting, but the team is a really good record at home. We've been really effective playing at home, and obviously the crowd's been very much into it. So there's a lot of buzz associated with this stretch, and I'm excited to see sort of the crowds and the environments that we're going to get here. I definitely know a thing or two about that, Chris. So that's for sure.
It's like we're going to have days, I'm sure, where it's going to be a big crowd one day, and the next day it might not be as big. But those not as big days are still, compared to the rest of the league, probably pretty big. So we'll take it. We'll take it all. We want them all here. Obviously, we'd love to have this place filled, every seat, elbow to elbow. I know realistically that probably won't happen, but hopefully we can give them something to cheer for and get a little more buzz after they a couple more games. We can all of a sudden, hey, get the word of mouth out there that this team's really good. We should go check out one.
Good weather tonight.
Going to be good weather, I think, a lot of the week, which is also really exciting. So, yeah, it's going to be fun. So Burlington is the team in second place in the division. When we recorded this broadcast, they've won 8 straight games. I think math-wise, they're half a game back, but winning percentage-wise, I think we're over 0.1 percentage points above them, which is what it comes down to, is winning percentage in this league for the second half title. For both half titles, but obviously we're competing for the second half title. I think math-wise, normal is 2.5 back, but again, the winning percentage is what matters. And with all the cancellations that happened this week and early on in the year, we're so many games back overall on these guys that it's hard to do it in a math equation where it's like, oh, you're X amount of games back. You really just got to look at winning percentage. So I think the point is Burlington's here Thursday, Friday, and those are going to be dicey. Those are going to be very important games with how everything's going to line up. So those are going to feel like playoff games, I think, and that's that was an appealing part of this job for me. So that's what I'm excited for.
Controlling our own destiny is one of the most important things. You want to have that control. Sure, tell you that that's good to have. So you want to control everything. Just be in control all the time.
Yeah, if you can focus on what you control, then you don't need help from anywhere else, man. I think playing at Burlington, there's always that edge. There's that little rivalry from even back when they're affiliated days, but just how close the coaches are, how well the players know each other. You have guys that are on the same college teams together, so it's just all that rivalry together. It's definitely going to add a little bit more juice towards the end of the year.
Both teams something to play for. That was Thursday, Friday, I believe you said.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you said, a little more juice, a little more...
Thirsty Thursday, a little rivalry.
Yeah.
Can't beat that. We should have a good crowd then on Thursday.
Oh, yeah. I mean, one thing in the town to compete with is music on the avenue, but if this team is clicking, music comes second.
Yeah, right.
So
music on the avenue comes second. I wish I could be part of a Thirsty Thursday as a fan. I just want to sit in the picnic pavilion and watch a game. That's my ultimate goal. Someone's gonna have to sub me off the broadcast and just let me go sit down.
It's a good time.
Can you pull like what the Cubs do and just like take the broadcast out to the
broadcast?
Should I?
Yeah, just take it out there.
Broadcast left field.
Yeah.
Little Rizzo.
Yeah, surely that's allowed. Surely that'll be allowed. No,
I mean, stranger things have happened. Sure.
Is there power out there?
Nate's got some feel.
Yeah, we'd probably have a lot of fun doing something like that. So.
Sure. Bring Nate along, let him tag along.
Hey, Nate's really good on the broadcast.
Yeah.
That's the funniest part about all this. Nate had to fill in for radio, and he might have to do it again this season, and it'll be it's always awesome when he does. He sounds great, so I'm looking for. He's excited for it if he has to do it. So that's.
I did it last year with Andres for a little bit.
Yeah, he did.
Hopped on the. No, I did too. It was great.
Really?
It was a good time. Just a different perspective, you get to see everything, and you kind of get a peek behind the curtain type situation. It's good.
So, yeah, I mean, one other thing I want to touch on is just some of the players that stepped up, some of the players that have been playing well. Monkman, who have you liked recently? Who's been swinging a good bat, or who's been pitching well that you've had good eyes for?
I mean, from obviously just hitter of the week, 500, showing some juice in the bat, which I think that's I don't think that's unexpected. He's obviously a good player, a good program. Pitching wise, Clark came in and had some really, really big outs on the road, so that was great to see. He was able to handle the pressure and just pitch with a lot of grit that we can beat his butt off. So those were the two big surprises. I don't know if they are because they're already social media players of the week, right? So, but they were for a reason. So those two guys stood out and were big. Cale Jensen swinging a really good bat. Burgess had a couple clutch ins, but joined up second half. So, that's good to see. But pitching wise, that's what it's going to come down to. So, need a lot of key chances to get in, and he's had some really good outings and start to get some starting innings under his belt. But yeah, I think we're putting a lot of the right pieces together at the right time.
So, it builds confidence too for our to get out there. She has some good outings to Luther.
I love seeing guys like step up out of the bullpen, and Casey Clark had a rocky start to the year. And he hadn't pitched he's out of Blackhawk College, hadn't pitched due to an injury. He's from Bettendorf, and seeing him
here.
Oh, he is?
Yeah. He went to school in Bettendorf, but he got that here on Bettendorf.
Yes.
He went to Bettendorf High School.
He's on the bubbles up there. Back to he was a youngster.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a crazy story. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That one might be thrown into the broadcast before this.
He's a
next.
transplant.
Yeah.
Against his twin brother, he did August. So.
Yeah, and I mean, seeing him pitch as effectively he does. I mean, he has 5 wins on the year. That's a very impressive. It's only been like 3 other Lumber Kings who have had 5 wins in a season in the Prospect League. He could set the win record.
That's a little sneaky stat.
Yeah, I found that one today. I was pretty proud of myself. Glad I could sneak that one in.
You're in the weeds for that.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, but I mean, like, it's hard to get wins as a starter in this league because a lot of starters don't go. Like, a lot of starters stop at 4. There's no point. There's not a lot of points in this league to go 90 pitches or 80 pitches and throw those 5 or 6 innings. So bullpen guys get wins, and yeah, good for Casey. He's got 5 wins. So, and he picked up one of those over the weekend. But yeah, good addition. You talk about Cale, Burgess, another one. I don't know how Burgess hit a clutch go-ahead home run in Chillicothe. I have no idea how he had that home run. I don't know if you saw where the pitch landed, but I have no idea where it literally looked like it was going to hit him in the hands, and he hit a home run out of it. So that was pretty funny. But
that comeback against Chillicothe, by the way, down 7, I believe it was, 7-0, and all of a sudden you put a 17 unanswered runs.
We owe the league one because we gave up 1 too.
Yeah.
He gets Burlington.
Yeah.
6th spot.
Well, like, the thing about the offense is that they really like the big inning, and it's like I think they walk 2 guys right out of the game, and that just opens the door. It's like now everyone's confident.
Contagious.
Yes.
It is, and getting a leadoff guy on is, for any team, really, really important.
Absolutely. Yeah, that was an awesome comeback. Good matchup there for us today out here. So.
For sure.
Mother Nature did not Mother Nature. I guess it was you, Mother Nature, that kind of.
It's that country up north.
It was our hat up north.
Country up north.
My friends up north.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was unfortunate just to see all. I kept following on social media, delayed, postponed, canceled. Like, oh my gosh, we can't afford these. Like you mentioned earlier, Liam, we just can't afford these. Rain outs or weather outs or whatever you want to put it. Air outs.
Smoke outs.
Yeah, it's just bad timing. I mean, I'm sure other teams are going through it too.
Yeah.
But we just have. It's happened like 2 or 3 years in a row for us
really?
now. Last year we was half a game behind Cape. If we would have played one more game, we would have been against Quincy last year. Kevin would have hosted the game against Cape last year instead of having to go to Cape.
Really?
And I still feel like we would have beat that here. That's sure.
Very interesting. Yeah, I mean, it stinks losing games, especially down the stretch of the year. I mean, I think we've played the least amount of games in the league. We're 20th in the league in games played, so that's the least amount.
Well, it's gonna hurt. I hope it doesn't end up hurting us.
Yeah.
I have that fear.
I mean, the one good thing about it is that your win percentage doesn't change.
If you win.
Yeah, like
if
but,
you win.
exactly. Like if you were to play that game and lose, it's going to hurt your winning percentage, and there's more games to make the number out of. So, I mean, I think we only have 4 second half losses right now, which puts us in a really good spot percentage wise. But I mean, there's still so much baseball left this week, and if we get all 7 in this week, which I think the forecast is looking pretty good, it's going to be a big week. So. Yeah, but you're absolutely right.
And we're at home, which we are, knock on wood, playing so well here at home.
Yeah.
All season we've been doing it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I don't know. The air out was a new one for me. And it's like I get we want to play games, but then we get situations like we did on that 5-inning game, and it's like we don't be pushing for that either. So, and when it comes down to the health of the players, at the end of the day, it's about them, and we need to just remember that.
Yeah.
If it's not safe, then we don't play.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what I was feeling. I went for a little walk outside, a couple nights ago, and I was just
we were like 100 points higher than it was you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's 100%. We're in like the.
You could smoke. You could tell you were like in a bonfire.
Yeah, and I didn't even like. This is such a bad perspective, but until I was looking at the picture that I took during batting practice, and like I couldn't really see it. I feel like I wasn't really noticing it in person. But I was looking at this picture of like walk, like it was definitely hazy. But I mean, it happens. It's like you said, with two weeks left in the season, probably 3 weeks, 4 weeks till guys report for fall ball. It's like there's no point at all putting a guy out in those conditions. There's literally no point at all.
I honestly didn't have to play one game at Johnstown. I joked it, like you probably shouldn't have, but it was what it is.
Yeah, it absolutely is what it is. All right, well, anything you guys want to add or mention before we get out of here?
Just come out to the ballpark, have some fun, be very loud, cheer this team on. They're gonna feel it out there. We've heard it all season from players that they feel the energy from the crowd. They just feed off it.
For sure.
Yeah.
We get good weather to enjoy the ballparks. Don't come out and support
Nothing better than summer baseball.
when it's not 95.
Right.
Yeah, and it's not going to be.
Now, when you get 70s and nice breeze, no better place to get Clinton for sure.
Couldn't agree with you guys more. Well, that wraps up another episode of Around the Lumberyard. Thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you.